Hello, thank you for stopping. I want to teach this to as many people as possible because everybody wants to save federal taxes. So I'm going to start off with three simple questions. Number one, do you want to leave a legacy for future generations? Number two, do you want to save taxes year after year, generation after generations? Number three, do you want to know the secret of the rich? If you answered yes to all three questions, please continue to watch. My name is Sally Gimmon, and I'm the owner of thetrustisyou.com. I also have a free class on the Great Discovery with my name, www.sallygimmon.com. So few people have ever heard of the Spendthrift Trust. It's legal, it's in the IRS Tax Code 643B, and it's been in front of the U.S. Supreme Court on two separate occasions. Both times the Supreme Court has favored it. You can't get more legal than this. My goal is to teach this to as many U.S. business owners, U.S. entrepreneurs, U.S. 1099 income earners, and U.S. investors. My personal story is I am a real estate investor, and back in 2019, working full-time as a Medicare broker, I wholesaled 7 properties nationwide and paid off $184,000 in debt. Woohoo! Sally was a rock star in her real estate group. Now, my CPA called me April 2020 saying I had to come in for an appointment. You never want to do that. I made an appointment at 4:30 in the afternoon in Scottsdale. If you know anything about geography, that's east of Phoenix. Went up, had an appointment. I found out my personal tax bracket went from 22% to 24%. If you're not aware, here in the United States, we have 7 different tax brackets, starting from 10% to 37%. And the more money you make, the more you pay in taxes. Well, I had $50,000 sitting in a bank account. Yay, Sally, she knew about capital gains. But my taxes went to $97,000. Yikes. So what my solution, so he had paperwork for me to get on a payment plan with the IRS. I kept it together. I signed the paperwork, I got my parking validated, I went down to the parking garage, and I literally cried for 20 minutes. It's April 2020, the start of COVID. What's happening? What's going to go on? Nobody knows. I drive home into the sunset, tears going down my face. My boyfriend had made dinner. We sat across from each other going, where are we going to get $27,000? Well, the next morning, my great aunt Kitty from Ireland always said sleep on it. I woke up and I had a copy of a book that I went back to read about the Rockefellers Trust. I also did the paperwork to take a HELOC out of my home, paid off the rest of my bill. I spent 5 months researching the Spendthrift Trust. I started both my business trust and my beneficial trust in September of 2020. Yay, Sally! I also became the first female mastermind in my real estate group. Really big information there because everybody in my real estate group, it was always men. My goal is to help help people save money. Paul Benson, the law firm I work for, they have the copyright on his 5 different trusts. His 5 trusts are the business trust, the beneficial trust, the senior trust, the charity trust, and finally the mineral rights trust. We're going to talk about the first 2. The business trust is for U.S. business owners, entrepreneurs, 1099 income earners. You will save at least 90% on your federal income taxes yearly, and in 43 states no longer pay state income taxes. This is an amazing, amazing thing. When you go out to my free class on the Great Discovery, www.sallygimmon.com, you will find a 23-minute presentation. You will find 3 articles from Forbes. You will find 2 pages of case law, and also a chart showing if there's 4 ways to file your taxes. Single, head of household, married jointly, married separately. Single is the most expensive way. Married jointly is the cheapest way. So you're going to find a chart that if you're filing single and making $80,000 a year in all 50 states, how much you will save in state and federal income taxes. This includes the 7 states that have no state income taxes. Listen up. If you're filing single, making $80,000 a year, you will save at least 5 figures in taxes. This is your money to pay off your mortgage, buy a new car, take your family on vacation, to give to a charity, or to save for retirement. No one's telling you what to do with that money. Just to give you an example, a local pizzeria here in the Charlotte area, 2 locations making about $180,000 a year. With both federal and state income taxes, they're going to save $34,390 a year for a full year. Well, what did they do with that money? They opened a 3rd location. So now they're making even more money. And then when they finally retire and leave 2 pizzerias to one child and 2 pizzerias to another child, there'll be no inheritance tax. Now, that's the business trust. I do want to go over how any of the trusts, the 5 trusts, can save you so much money. Now, this trust, I just give you some information. 97% of trusts sold in the United States are what my mom and dad had and what Susie Orman talks about. That's the family trust. There's nothing wrong with the family trust. The only thing it does is avoid probate and then dissolves. It's gone. This is what the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, the US presidents have. You want to save taxes, keep your information completely private. Your LLC, unfortunately, is not private information. You can go online to the Secretary of State or the Corporation Commission of every single state and research all LLCs. 40% of LLCs get sued every year. With this trust, talking about lawsuits, number 3, all lawsuits become frivolous because all your assets are in a titanium vault and you can't get a hold of them. And number 4, with the Benson Financial Trust, you're exempt from doing the 2024 Corporate Transparency Act from the Treasury Department. Please, if you don't get the trust, do the paperwork. The fines are astronomical. $10,000 and or 2 years in jail. Yikes! Go to jail for not doing paperwork. So, with the business trust, U.S. business owners, 1099 income earners, and entrepreneurs will save at least 90% on their federal income taxes yearly, and in 43 states no longer pay state income taxes. The beneficial trust, this is for all investors. You will save the following 5 taxes year after year, generation after generation. You will no longer pay short-term capital gains that are between 10% to 37%, depending on your tax bracket. Sorry, there's something out the window. You'll no longer pay. Between 10% to 37% for if you're a crypto investor, a forex investor, doing wholesale deals like I did, fix and flip, or auction houses or tax liens. You will no longer pay long-term capital gains, which are either 15 or 20% if you are selling your business, selling an investment property, or selling a baseball card. There is past legislation. It has not gone to law yet, but it was passed in November 2021 that says if you're making over $300,000, you will pay 40% of capital gains, no matter if it's short-term or long-term. Yikes. Second tax you'll save, interest income taxes. If you're a passive investor, if you're a forex investor, yes, forex investors get taxed twice. If you are doing the BRRRR strategy, subject to real estate, I personally have notes, creative financing, seller financing, you'll no longer pay the interest income taxes. You'll no longer pay dividend income taxes. If you're in the stock market, if you're living off dividends that are invested, if you're a day trader, if you are an options trader, binary options, futures trading, or commodities, you'll no longer pay rental income taxes. Yes, you can take depreciation. Yes, you can do cost averaging. But remember, your information's private and all lawsuits become frivolous. So if the dog gets out and bites the mailman, they can't come after you. And finally, royalty income taxes. If you are an actor, an actress, an author, an artist, a musician, maybe you're in the NFT world, maybe you have copyrighted information, patents, intellectual property. I want to help as many people first learn about the trust and then start saving taxes. So again, my free class is on the Great Discovery, www.sallygimmon.com. And after this video, I'm going to have how you can make a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. Start saving taxes. And by the way, you get taxed every single day. So don't just wait till April 15th. Do this now. Take care. Do this now. Take care.